Okay, very good afternoon to all. Welcome to Tally CA Connect. So, with the audit season going on, it was important that we cover this topic of discussion. And with the newest features in TallyPrime that has the enhanced audit trail and also the new MSME revised form is being now supported, and the other user controls, which Sonal ji is today's expert for today. So, I'm sure Sonal ji needs no introduction for our CA Connect forum, and so Sonalji takes actually she's an expert in indirect taxation and audit as well. So today she's going to cover the how you can make use of order TallyPrime to make your audit smoother and efficient, and with the newest features of TallyPrime. And Sonalji has been taking a lot of sessions at the ICI forum as well. So she knows all the complicated issues you might face or your clients must have asked. So today let's address those queries. So thank you, Sonalji, for your time and for today's session. Let's make the best out of it. So we always get a request for the recording. So as you can see, the session is being recorded, and we will upload it in our YouTube CA Connect playlist. Thank you, Sonalji. Over to you.
Thank you so much. So without much wait, I'll start with the session. I hope the screen is visible to all of you. As such, in the topic is very...
It's not yet visible, Sonalji. It's pause screen sharing.
Okay, done. I'll resume this.
Yeah, the screen is visible, the presentation, yeah.
So basically, as such, the topic is very wide, the today which we are covering. To summarize them, I have highlighted this topic in the 4 points. So today, as we all know that we are in the we are at the process of finalizing year 24-25. So today my agenda is to make your work process of finalization a simpler one by giving you the audit tools which will make your auditing work easier and faster. So by end of the session...
Sonalji, sorry to interrupt. The people who are asking that to increase the volume, if you can be a little louder.
Okay, sure. Like it's not audible.
Actually, it's audible to me. I'm using earphones, so I think I'll request everyone to use earphones.
So now it's audible to all of you. Like I've increased the volume. Is it audible?
Yes, it's much better. Yes.
Okay. So what I wanted to convey is that today we'll be learning various tools in Tally which will make your auditing work and the control work easier. And as well as we'll be covering the new update of MSME. So friends, we all are aware that MSME compliance is now been half yearly, and we are under concern that how to prepare data for client. So because see, at the end of the day, we tell clients to give the data, but we only need to guide the client to prepare the data accurately. So as we know that most of our clients are using Tally, how we can give client advice that how they can use Tally optimally and get the MSME return prepared from that itself. So we'll be learning that how Tally can help to do MSME compliance. We'll be learning how Tally can help in preparing the audit trail, which is now a mandatory for each company. Like we know that currently as per company law, each company, whether it is a private limited or public limited, need to compulsory have audit trail. And if it is not there, we being an auditor need to write same and need to qualify the audit report. So this year in the September, when you are signing any balance sheet, it is necessary for you to ensure whether audit trail is there or not. And if it is not there, we need to put the disclaimer for same. So in that context, what is our suggestion? That you can guide your client only to have this audit trail feature in the Tally itself, because Tally audit trail feature is now becoming more and more robust. I will show you that up to what level drilling is possible in audit trail and how much useful it is there for client as well as for the consultant. As a third part of the session, we'll be considering the user controls, like what are the various controls available in the Tally and how that can make our clients work easier. So user control is nowadays a requirement at each location, because everyone know that market is so competitive and we don't want all the rights to our users. Like each company has n number of accountants, but we want to restrict the rights. So I'll be showing that how with the user control you can have the restrictions, you can have the allocation of roles and responsibilities through user controls. And the last part, the most important part, Till now, we all are acquainted with doing auditing through the green tick, like simply taking the printout of the trial balance and doing the vouching, doing the verification. But today I'll be showing you that how through Tally you can do your entire compliance process as well as substantive process. From the compliance perspective, I want to convey that yes, you can even prepare your audit program in Tally itself. You can even do verification of your opening balance in Tally. You can do the verification of your bank statement through Tally. So we'll be understanding that how Tally can be a tool for auditing. So without much wait, let's start one by one. So looking about the audit trail feature. So friend, today the session would be more on the practical aspect. I'll be lively demonstrating the Tally screen. This PPT just have few of the theoretical aspect, but soon we'll switch over to the present page of the Tally where I'll be showing you on a live mode that how we can do audit and compliance through Tally. So regarding about audit trail, as I said earlier that now it is mandatory for each company effective from 23. Like earlier year also it was effective, but now earlier it was not having that level of awareness. But now mostly each entity know that if they are a private limited or a public limited, they need to have a audit trail feature effective. And see, whenever any new law comes, it's even the government know that it will take time for it to be implemented properly. Like take an example of GST. In the first year when it came, at that time the verification, the reconciliation was GSTR 2A was not that stringent. Even government was allowing the flexibility of 5% and 10%. But now it's been 5 years to GST law, rather more than that. Now everyone know that there cannot be any gap between GST or 2A. It has to be precise. The same way it is applicable for audit trail also. The first year the government was little flexible, like there were no notices to the private limited or public limited not having audit trail. But now as it is becoming older, now it becomes a stringent for the company also to have this audit trail feature effective. Now to get this compliance done, we being a consultant, we need to tell our client to activate this audit trail feature in the Tally. So basically, Tally primes come with two things. First, the normal Tally prime, in that there is an option to activate the Tally audit trail feature. And there is one Tally prime with edit log. That Tally is by default having edit log feature. So if as per government it is necessary for your business entity to have edit log, you should download that version of Tally prime which is having inbuilt feature of Tally edit log. So if it is inbuilt, there would no mechanism to switch off that edit log. And see what the law says. Law says that all business entity that falls under the purview of MCA and are using accounting software or maintaining books of account should have an audit trail feature comprising of following. Create an edit log of every transaction with changes made in the books of accounts. Capture the date of detail. And then it is telling that software to ensure that edit log cannot be disabled. So practically what MCA is telling that you should have the edit log for each and every transaction. That edit log should capture any changes done in that transaction. That edit log should capture that with the date detail, and that software should not have any facility to disable the audit log. Because see, practically if there is any facility to disable that edit log, it becomes useless, because if anyone want to do alteration, he will simply do disable of edit log and again do alteration and again enable the edit log. So what MCA is telling, for edit log the feature should be such that there should not be any option to disable. So in that scenario you should take that Tally prime with inbuilt edit log. So whenever you are suggesting to your clients who are private limited or public limited, tell them to install that TallyPrime which is having inbuilt edit log. So this is the requirement of MCM. Now what TallyPrime is giving? So Tally is giving edit log feature at 3 level. First is transaction level, master level and company level. So if at any of this level, if any sort of alteration is there, that will be captured in Tally audit trail feature. So let's understand this with the live practical demonstration. I'll just share the Tally screen. I hope the Tally screen is visible to all of you.
Yes.
Okay. So friends, uh, first thing I'll just tell you that if you can see at the top, this Tally is TallyPrime Edit Log. So it is a by default version of Tally. If you want to see how, I'll just share my entire screen to get an understanding. Just a moment. Okay, so Tally screen is visible. Currently the Tally which I have downloaded is Tally Prime Edit Log version. So if you can see, this is by default TallyPrime which is having edit log feature. So just for a small understanding, I'll post one voucher. So see, we have posted one entry. Now, if I see the daybook, so in daybook, this entry is visible. Now, practically as a part of edit log, I would like to know that who have posted this entry. You can even see edit log for deleted vouchers also. That also I'll show. Now, see, suppose in the daybook, I'm doing some alteration to this voucher. I've done from 1000 quantity, I've done to 2000, 1500. So see friends, if you can see, okay, there is one query from Akshay Kumar. Just a moment. See what I did, I posted one transaction. There was one sales transaction. And in that sales transaction, first I posted with 1000 unit and now I have altered to 1500 unit. So if I want to track this, what I have to do? I have to go to display more report. There is one option called edit log summary. Now, under this edit log summary, you can see that under sales, there are one altered voucher. I'll enter this. So see, now what Tally has done, Tally is telling me that there is one voucher which is posted and it is having one version. Now let's see what is the version. So it is telling that it has been altered. Now, if you want to see all version, there is an option called all version. So see, it is so interesting. The first version, it is telling that it has been created. It is created at 312 and it is altered at 313. Now, if we will see at the alteration stage, it will even show me. See, Tally is showing me this report that earlier it was 1000 units, now it is 1500 units. So practically it is capturing the changes. Now take a scenario, I'm again doing an alteration. I'm changing the party itself. Say, I'm changing the party itself. And let's see the edit log. So you can see now there are two versions. Let's see all version. So first is created alteration and there is third alteration. So you can see the alteration is reflected over here. It is telling me that earlier it was Adinath, now it is Aditi refrigerator. So this is how Tally is capturing the each alteration, that too with time. Okay. Question answers I'll take once I complete the demonstration aspect. Okay. Now let's move on to the user type. Now this alteration we saw from the if you see this edit log summary, currently it is not showing the name. It is just telling that unknown user. Now take a scenario we want even the name of the person, then even that is possible. So for that, first thing is there has to be enabler of the security control feature in that Tally. So to enable the security control feature, first that we need to go to company level. Under company level, see this edit log is of the company level. So it is showing that this data is migrated on so and so. So my audit trail starts from this date. Now to enable the security control feature, there is one option at the company menu, that is security. So I'm just clicking on this button. Once you click on this button, there is an option called control user access to company data. Yes. Now you have to set the username. So I am setting the username of admin. Enable Tally audit feature, then yes. Okay. So once this user control is set up, now you will be able to see one window called user management in Tally. So now you can set n number of users in Tally. So see, suppose I am setting up the users and password. Suppose I am setting a user, Mr. User role, say data entry, and name of the person is Alpha. So there is one user whose name is Alpha, then there is another data entry person whose name is Beta. So we have created two set of users. Now suppose I am changing the user, change user. So now we are in the menu of user. As this user is only for data entry, he will not be having access to other information. He can just do data entry, he cannot see the report. You can see in his window, there is no option to see the balance sheet P&L. So I'm just posting the voucher, say Adina. He has also, suppose he has done sales to HMD Solar, sales. So see this entry has been created by alpha user. Now again we'll go to the main menu. Suppose alpha user is also doing some alteration in this. Instead of 1500, the quantities are done to 3000, 2000. Now let's go to the main menu. I'm going to the main user. That is admin, Sonal. So now we are again in main menu. We are going into edit log. So you can see there are two vouchers. The second voucher was posted by Alpha. So if you will see the edit log, you can see it is specifying the name of user, that alpha is created and alpha has done some alteration. Now take a scenario, we'll go to the beta login and beta will do some alteration. Let's see how it is getting reflected. So I'm going to company menu. I'm again changing the user. So we are on the menu of beta. And suppose beta is again doing one alteration, is changing the party name. So you can see we have changed the party name. Now we are again going to the main menu, the admin menu. So in the admin menu, I will again go to edit log summary. Now you can see this. You can see there was, we have to first click all version. So now you can see for this particular transaction, it is telling that first this invoice was created by Alpha, then Alpha has altered this invoice, and then there is the second alteration by Beta. I'll go into Beta, I'll come to know that alteration is due to name of the party. I'll go here, I'll come to know alteration is due to quantity. I'll go here, I will come to know the first version. And this is captured based on date and based on time. Now, if you go to this, here Tally is giving a complete report that for particular sales voucher, there were total 2 head counts. It is having 4 version. And if I go here, it is telling me that for each of this voucher, there are this many of version. If I want to go to each of version, I can drill down and go to that version. So see, this is so beautiful. Like if you being an auditor, you just want to check how. Okay. Radhika ji, sure, I'll go a little slow. Uh, okay. So practically what I want to convey over here, in the Tally Prime with edit log, now there is a facility to track the edit log based on the user and that too with complete head counts. So see, practically we posted 2 sales voucher. And if I simply want to see the all versions of this, I'll simply go in this and I can see that first this invoice was posted with less number with this quantity, say 1,000 units. Now it was altered and it is now with 1,500 units. And at the further alteration, there is change in the name. So practically in this level, there are no names of user because user control feature was not enabled. So we have enabled the user control feature by going to the company menu. We enabled the user control feature and we created 2 users, alpha and beta. And from the login of alpha, we posted 1 sales voucher. And from the login of beta, we altered 1 sales voucher. So even the edit log for same is captured. It is showing that from the login of alpha, sales voucher was created. Then from login of alpha, again there was an alteration. And from login of beta, there was again an alteration. So I hope you all got this understanding that how Tally is capturing all the transactions. Now, if you again want to track this, suppose I'm deleting this voucher, then even the deleted vouchers will be captured. Say I'm going to the main menu. So currently you all can see there are 2 vouchers. None of the voucher is deleted. Now let's see how Tally is working for deleted voucher. I'm going to the main menu. So I'll go to admin. Where we are already in admin only. So I'm simply deleting this. Okay. Now let's see how Tally is showing the edit log for same. Going to the edit log menu under exception report. So you can see even deleted voucher is there. Once I'll click over here, it will show me all versions. So it is telling me it was created, it was altered, and it is deleted. Now it is telling me that it is deleted by Sonal because I have deleted from the admin login. So I hope you all are getting a complete understanding that how beautifully the tally is capturing all the steps of edit log. Now same is done for the even for all type of transaction. I have just demonstrated the sales. This is now practically applicable for all type of voucher, whether it is payment voucher, GST entry, journal, everything. So this is very helpful for your client. You just need to tell your client to download the tally with inbuilt tally audit feature, and then you can see the trail in each aspect. Now take a scenario. What you have to simply do, you have to simply enable the user control at your client login. Once you enable the user control, the each user transaction will be captured in the edit log, and you can make the person responsible. See, generally what happened, we tell the accountant that you have posted the sales voucher wrongly, there was some mistake in the GST calculation by you, then he will not agree to that. He will say, I have not posted, someone else has altered my voucher, or someone has deleted my voucher. With this we can now specify the owners. We can tell that tally itself is telling that you have posted this. Okay, there is one question from Narangji, how to enable this. So, sir, practically, currently the tally which I am demonstrating, that is tally edit log version itself. So in this, I don't need to enable edit log. It is by default inbuilt in that. Because this module of tally itself says that tally edit log is an inculcated feature. If you are downloading the journal tally, in that at the gateway menu only you will get an option to enable this edit log feature. So at one click it will be enabled. So now same is possible at the master level. Now let's create one master. Suppose I am creating Mr. ABC. So if you see the ledger, charts of account ledger, if you see in capital account, one ledger is there. Now suppose I do some alteration also. So you can see that I have done some alterations. I will again go to edit log menu. See, if you press Alter Q over here, you can see there are two options available. It is showing that it is created by Sonal. It is altered. So now at the alteration stage, it is telling me that there is a change in PAN number, there is change in this detail. Now this is important. Why? Because see what happens many a time, we tell our accountant that in the sales invoice you have not punched correct GSTN, and many a time due to this even GSTR1 is wrongly filed. So here we can specify the onus to accountant that if you are doing any alteration in the ledger, it will be captured over here. So you can warn the accountants that if there is any sort of master alteration, like many a time we see the phone numbers get changed, the effective date of GSTN gets changed, and due to wrong PAN, even wrong TDS returns are filed. So This edit log feature at the master level is again very much useful, and this is also controlled by user. Now take a scenario, I am making the user from some another menu. For example, I am simply going to user control and I am changing the user, or say I am creating one more user. So say I am creating one more user, that is Mr. say uh, Gamma. So there is one more user whose name is Gamma. Now let's go to the menu of that and just log in from the Gamma menu. And suppose he makes some alteration. There's a Adinath. So in Adinath, there is a correct GSTN, but due to some reason, Gamma is doing some alteration, is entering wrong GSTN. So now let's go to main menu. So it was Adinath Industry, alter Q. So you can see that it was from the previous record, and from the previous record, Gamma has done some alteration. What alteration Gamma has done? He has changed the GSTN. So friends, this will be very useful for you to track that if anyone is doing any alteration in any sort of ledger. Can we get summary of deleted entries? Yes, you can get summary of deleted entries of audit log. That is only the heart of 6.1. In 6.1, Tally has came up with the summary feature. So that feature is there at the display more report. Under display more report, under edit log, you will get complete summary of each voucher which is altered, deleted. So this is the menu which gives the head counts of the alteration, and it even gives the head counts of the version, like how many time a particular invoice has changed. For example, if I go to in this, currently this invoice is showing two version, altered by beta, if I click all version, it will show me three version. So it was created by alpha, it is altered by alpha, it is altered by beta. Now suppose I am again altering this. So say this is Akshay Polymer, and I being a Sonal, I am again altering this voucher. So let's alter this. I am adding one more item. Now let's go to edit log version. See, you can see even edit log by going into that voucher, entering this alter Q. So once you press Alter Q, here you can see there are four versions of this voucher. One is creation by alpha, altered by alpha, altered by beta, and altered by Sonal. So last alteration which I did, it is telling me the alteration is due to adding one more item, that is coronated box with so and so value. So friends, you see how beautifully Tally is capturing it with the name of the user, date and time. And you can see that in the transaction level itself, that in the transaction you have to simply press Alter Q and you can see the edit log. So friends, now edit log is completely clear for all of you. I'll just take one more question. There's a question from Mr. Lalit ji. Can we get all detail of altered and deleted once for all changes? Yes, in the menu. Like in this menu of edit log report, you can get the version of all. See, whatever alteration will be there, it will be captured in this report. So if I go to this edit log summary, it will again, there would be alteration. Now, if I click here all version, you can see the number of version now it is showing 4 because we had made one more change. So as this is just one transaction which we have demonstrated, but in a live data there would be multiple transaction and Tally will be capturing all sort of alterations. So let's move on to the further part of the session. Now we are clear with the edit log feature. Any questions regarding edit log, you can mark in the query. Okay, there are few questions. I'll just take in that from the Dandara.
Sonal ji, just
Yes,
saying कि it's 3:35 and considering the topics, can we take the Q&A at the end so that we
done,
can
done.
cover
I'll
everything?
take
Yeah.
questions at last. So let's move on to the second part of the session. Okay, so moving on to the presentation again. So the second thing which Komal was discussing even in the introduction, and even I was telling that now Tally is a foolproof support feature for you. Like it is ready with the MSME new form 1. So if you want to do this MSME compliance for any of your clients, you can directly do it from Tally. Let's see how Tally can help you to do this function. So simply regarding the theoretical aspect, like to whom the MSME is applicable, then it's simple for all private public companies buying any goods from the small and medium sized enterprise which are registered under MSMED Act. And the objective of this form is to track and to ensure timely payments to MSME enterprise. What compliance has to be done? Then you have to specify the details of all these vendors to whom payment is done within 45 days or after 45 days, and to whom payment is pending for less than 45 days or more than 45 days at the half year end. So practically earlier the compliance was simpler. You had to file only one for on yearly basis, and that too for the pending payments. But now the new form is robust enough. It is telling that the new MSME form is asking the entities to give the information of all the payments which is done within 45 days and which is done after 45 days, and also the information for the payments which are due as on particular half year end, like at the half year end, say April to September. So as on 30th September, if any payment is pending for less than 45 days, that information also we have to give, and if it is pending for more than 45 days, that information also we have to give. So all this information Tally will automatically prepare if we have just posted the payment date properly. So let's see how Tally will prepare that return. And this return has to be filed by 31st of October for April to September, 30th of April for October to March. If we don't file, there is a penalty of 20,000 which is to be imposed, with an additional 1,000 per day to be continued up to maximum 3 lakh. So you can see the penal cost is very high. And to avoid this penal cost, we need to guide our client that their MSME return is auto prepared, because every 6 months you cannot invest time to prepare this return. So Tally will help you to automatically generate this return. Let's see how Tally will generate this return. So this is just a small comparison that earlier it was just asking you the bill wise detail. Now it is asking PAN party wise detail. Earlier it was just asking for the due payments. Now it is asking even for the payments which are done. So earlier form was simpler. It was just asking about the overdue payments. The current form, the new form is asking for both the payments which are done, the payments which are overdue. And even if the payments are not overdue above 45 days, and if it is pending, same has to be reported. And in this new form, you just have to upload the Excel template. The earlier it was a manual return. So let's see how the MSME new form looks like. So it is telling that you have to specify the name of the supplier, the PAN number of the supplier, the payments within 45 days. So first this is telling that if payment is done within 45 days, specify over here. Payment through trades, payments through other mode. And if payment is after 45 days, then you have to specify over here. If payment is outstanding for 45 days or less, as on particular date, outstanding for more than 45 days as on particular half yearly date. And if it is outstanding, you have to specify the reason. So you see how many details are asked for particular transaction. It is telling both aspect. Payment is done, that also specify. Payment is pending, that also specify. And both specification are to be done in two sort of classification. One less than 45 days, another more than 45 days. Now let's see how Tally will help in this. So in a simple one, the first thing which is necessary to have this compliance from the Tally, you have to maintain all the party ledgers for whom MSMA compliance is to be done. That ledger should be bill by bill. The ledger should have the information of the Udyam registration number of our supplier. It should have the type of the enterprise of the supplier, like small, medium, which is the type of the supplier. Then at the time of recording the transaction, you have to compulsory do recording based on against reference or new reference. If it is on account payment done, or if reference is done on account, then Tally will not able to generate MSME form. So the first foremost thing to get this MSME compliance done from Tally is that you have to update the masters of those supplier who are registered under MSME Act. So for that, you have to simply maintain those ledger bill by bill. You have to enter the type of the ledger. You have to enter the Udyam number in that ledger. And whenever you're posting any payment entry on this in those ledger, you have to post those payment ledger through some reference number. So let's see how it works. So this is one live demonstration. I've just recorded the screen. So you can see there is one entity which is a private limited, and you can see how MSME form is looks like. So see, from the Tally itself, entire MSME form is generated. You have to simply go to menu. I'll again show. You have to simply go to menu, and in the go to menu there is one option called MSME reports. In that, simply click MSME form 1 annexure. Once you click MSME Form 1 annexure, you'll be able to see how Tally has prepared the return based on the transaction entries which are posted in Tally. So here, Tally will capture all the mismatch entry. It is similar to GST, like whenever we generate the GST return from Tally, if in any of the transaction there are error, Tally will pop up those transactions, then we have to correct those error. So here also, in given case there is some error in one party called Sharda Trader. So let's see what's the error. So it's telling that party with invalid or no PAN number. And you can see Tally has classified all the transaction for other all parties. Like you can see party with valid PAN, Tally has segregated those transaction in 4 types. Paid within period, paid after period, outstanding within period, outstanding after period. Now, if you export this, you have to simply, now once written is okay, it is asking to export. But here at the time of export, Tally is showing the error that the parties with invalid no PAN will not be exported. So let's see. So again, we have to go into that transaction and we have to alter this transaction. Now see, we have corrected that error and now we are exporting. So once I am clicking on export, you can see Tally is generating the entire MSME Form 1 annexure and updating all the rows and details. So see, what is my suggestion is that you try to use these tools in each of your client and make your work simpler, faster and easier. You can see that MSME Form annexure detail is exported successfully and all the details are entered in that. Now you just have to specify the reason. So see, we can see that there is no option of mentioning the reason of delay in Tally. That we have to manually enter in the Excel. But see, the 90% of the work, that is preparation of this Excel, the data in this Excel is prepared by Tally. You can see that every information has came. Now we have to simply specify the reason and upload this file to the MSME portal. So see, your 90% of compliance has become easier and faster, and that too at one click. So I would suggest that now whichever MSME for return you are filing, file it from Tally. Don't do any manual exercise like manually calculating that whether it is less than 45 days or more than 45 days. Rather train your articles, train your team to prepare this MSME form from Tally itself. Agree to me? Are you all agreeing? Like this time you'll prepare your MSME return from Tally itself? Just mark in your chat box that yes, you will definitely try this. I can see lot many thumbs up in this. Thank you so much. So you can prepare the MSME return from Tally itself. Let's move on to the other part of session. There's one question from Raju ji. Is MSME compulsory? Yes, for all private limited and public limited, it is compulsory if there are any payments to MSME. So you have to see your suppliers. Like whenever a supplier is issuing you any invoice, you have to see the invoice. If he is registered under MSME, he would have mentioned same in the registration. And nowadays, most of the suppliers used to take this Udyam number. So if he has taken this Udyam registration, then he is by default falling into MSME. Okay, let's move on to the other part of session. So simpler, these are just FAQs regarding MSME. If we have supplier with different GSTN but same PAN, we have created two separate ledger in books of account. So there can be a practical scenario when we are dealing with the same party, but he might be having multiple GSTN. So in that scenario, the MSME form will be capturing, merging all those ledgers because the MSME form is based on PAN. So it will merge the parties having same PAN. Then in the revised form, we need to submit party-wise detail, but we will be able to see the bill-wise report. Yes, you can see the bill-wise report also. You have to simply press Control F8 in that report and you will be able to see the bill-wise detail. Then we have not configured any credit period at supplier master level. What will be the default credit period? So see, if you have in the master ledger, you have simply specified bill to bill and you have not specified the credit period, Tally by default will take 45 days of credit period. So we saw with the feature. Now edit log, we have already seen the live demonstration of that how edit log worked. So I'll just again glance the theoretical aspect of edit log. So as we saw, effective from 2023, it is very much needed. And why? To track the errors, frauds, unauthorized changes. Now, how we can have the edit log? We can simply activate the Tally edit log in the Tally software used by the entity or simply download the inbuilt Tally edit log version of Tally. Now, what are the penalty for non-compliancing with the audit trail feature? So what MC is telling that if you are not complying with the edit log feature, if your software is not having this edit log feature, then can be a penalty of 50,000 to 5 lakh from MCA on those companies. Because MCA has told it very clearly that all companies has to compulsory have this audit trail feature. So what it is telling, companies should have the accounting software with inbuilt edit log feature. Edit log should be operated throughout the year. The software should not have any option to disable the feature. Edit log should not be tempered. Edit log should be preserved by the company for future statutory record. Now, all these requirements of company MCA are directly fulfilled by Tally edit log feature. So I request all of you that for all your private limited, public limited, get the Tally edit log feature activated and get this compliance done, because see, the non-compliance is having very big penalty, that is 50,000 to 5 lakh, and over and above this, a qualification in the audit report which will be signing in the month of September. So ensure to have the edit log in your clients Tally data. So moving further, we saw all this practical aspect of Tally edit log, and the latest 6.1 version are having many more feature of edit log. Like we saw that earlier edit log at master level, transaction level was there. Earlier also the history feature was there, like we can see n number of version. But earlier the summary, the counts and version, voucher wise, user wise was not there. But now in 6.1 we can see the summary. We saw in the live Tally data that there is an option of dashboard which is specifying the summary of all the user count. We can even do filtration in the edit log report. We can even have the edit log for BRS, e-invoice, e-way bill. So if a client is posting their e-invoice and e-way bill from Tally, and if there are any alteration in that level also, we can have the edit log view. And this is very important because see, many a time due to small mistake and e-way bill and invoice, company has to suffer a lot. And when we tell the accountant or anyone in the company, any of the user, he will say that I have not posted this. But with this edit log, we can specify the owners that the system itself is telling this invoice was posted by you or this alteration was done by you. So this version in 6.1, the edit log feature has been more robust, more effective, and its utility has increased a lot. So these are all live demonstration which I have already showed you under practical aspect. So let's again move to the other part of the session. So moving further regarding the user controls. So as I suggested, I'll be covering four main aspects in the today's session. These are the four main aspects. So we saw the Tally Audit Trail feature. We saw the MSME update in Tally. Now I'll be showing you the user controls in Tally, and the fourth is how to do auditing through Tally. So user control also to certain extent we saw. So let's move on to the fourth part, that is auditing through Tally. So again, this feature is completely based on the practical aspect. Uh, let's move on to auditing through Tally. Taking you to the Tally screen. Okay, so you all are on the Tally screen. I hope you all can see the Tally screen.
Yeah.
Okay, so friends, now we are moving to the fourth part of session, that is auditing through Tally. Okay, after this fourth part of session, I'll take all the question answers, like there are 17, 18 questions. Once let me cover this auditing through Tally. Okay, friends. So first thing first, how to enable this auditing through Tally. Now see, understand this is very important that Tally edit log and auditing through Tally are completely two different concepts. Tally edit log is regarding the audit trail requirement of MCA, and auditing through Tally is purely for us, like for us being a chartered accountant, how we can make our month end, year end compliance easy. Like this can be useful for internal control and as well as for statutory audit. So today I will give you few tricks which will make your which will make your today I am showing you tricks which will make your yearly statutory audit compliance simpler, faster. Like till now, you might have posted lot many green ticks to do vouching verification. Now I will show you that how you can make e-green tick, like how you can do auditing in Tally itself. So let's start with it. So first thing, to enable the like at the security feature only, we have enabled this feature. So under the security and user access, there is one option called enable Tally audit feature. So this we have already enabled, yes. Once we enable this, yes, then Tally audit feature gets automatically activated. So let's start with Tally audit feature. So now under display more report, there is one report called analysis and verification. So once I click to analysis and verification, there would be two parts, that is data analysis and voucher verification. So friends, first I would like to take you to the initial study days where we used to learn that audit has two parts. One is compliance procedure and one is substantive procedure. Under compliance procedure, we used to check the basic information of the company, the internal controls, the charts of accounts, that all form part of compliance procedure. And under voucher verification, we'll drill down each voucher. The same way Tally is also telling to do the audit in same manner, and Tally has came up with two window. The one window is data analysis, morely towards compliance prospect, and the another is voucher verification, that is mainly towards substantive process. So under data analysis, you can see there are this many windows, this many menus available. So first is verification of charts of accounts. So see, again, many of you might have not seen that Tally can help you to verify the charts of accounts. So the term which we say in a normal sense, that ledger scrutiny, okay, we just take the printout of trial balance, we open each ledger and we'll scrutinize that. But now this ledger scrutiny, instead of taking the printout of trial balance and doing it manually, this year I want you all to do ledger scrutiny from Tally itself. Simply go to the window analysis verification, click data analysis and enter data verification of charts of accounts. Once you click verification of charts of account, Tally through auto intelligence will automatically break all the ledgers in this category. So this will make your ledger scrutiny simpler, faster, and more interesting. So now what Tally is telling that there are 79 ledgers which were never used during the year. So I, being a consultant, I can simply give the printout of this ledger, like, and I can simply export this and email to my client that why these ledgers are not used during the year. If they are not relevant, simply remove from the charts of accounts. Then accounts squared off during the year. So here, I being a consultant, I can simply ensure that whether they have been squared off correctly or not. Like in case there is any fraud or suspicious effect over here, I can ask to client, like for this metal and cable, I feel that there is some wrong entry posted and it has been wrongly squared off, then I can simply write over a query on hold, wrongly squared off, need supporting document for same. So I can ask to them that please provide me the supporting document. For me, it is a suspicious transaction. Then here TDS on flat, I feel it is done properly. So I can simply write audited, it is properly done. Here also I feel it is done properly, audited, I can simply write over here. Here also if I feel audited, done. So see, the work of audit which we used to do manually becomes properly and documented in Tally itself. So you can see for all the ledgers it is coming, and Tally is even specifying the description, like for this I have verified. For this it is on hold. Why it is on hold? So there is a verification note, wrongly squared off and need supporting document, it is verified. So this is how you can export this and give to client that yes, we have verified the charts of accounts, and for certain chart of account we have the query. The query is also mentioned in the verification note. You can see that we raised one query for this ledger. So the query is also mentioned over here. So this is how you can do ledger scrutiny from Tally itself. And same ledger scrutiny is possible even for the stock items. So for stock item also, if certain stocks are getting negative, you can ask the client that why the stock is getting negative. Certain stock item not used during the year, you can ask that why this item are slow moving. Then certain stocks are only having balances, then you can ask the client that you want to physically ensure that whether this item is still lying, like it's been 1 year, this item is still pending. You can ask to client. So see, generally we have to track this manually. We have to see each stock item and we have to find that which stock is going negative, which stock is having only balance, which stock is not used during the year. But see, this report of Tally is by default segregating all this and giving us this. So the automatic work is already done by Tally, and we just have to write down the audit points, the audit observation and query, and give to the client. Now see, the when you do this audit for this year, your many observation will be automatically prepared by the Tally. For example, for this client, I am readily available with few of the observation that why this stock is going negative, why this stock is not used with for so long period, why this stock is only having balance. So see, my many of the queries are auto prepared. Okay, Yashraj, you can simply enable the audit features by going to the company menu. Company menu, security feature. Under security feature, there is option called enable audit feature. So it is just a one click to enable the audit feature. Then once the verification of charts of account is done, verification of stock item is done, Tally is even giving the facility to verification of the balances. So you can verify the opening balance also in Tally. You can do compare company. Like once you do compare company, you can give the path of last year data in this, and from that backup Tally will compare the current year ledgers, and if there is any opening variance, it will be shown. So don't do opening verification manually. Simply give the link of last year data in the current year data, and Tally will automatically compare and will give you the difference. So even you can verify the opening balance in Tally. Then that is called analytical procedure. What is analytical procedure? That is Tally itself do ratio analysis for various ledger. Generally, we see the trend, like we see that in last year. Just a moment. We see that in the last year, say particular sales and the ratio of expense, we say that what is the quantum of advertisement expense to sales expense. Then Tally will also do this comparison. For example, I am doing over here, I want to do ratio of purchase to sales for both the years. Then you can see that Tally is specifying me that uh, for last year it was 125%. This is it is 106%. There is a variation of 87%. So this is how you can do the ratio analysis for any sort of ledger, for your audit purpose, for your tax audit purpose, or for any internal control purpose. This is just an example of comparing purchase with sales, but you can do any sort of comparison, and comparison can be at any level, group to group, group to ledger, ledger to group, any way you can do comparison. So this is also an audit analytical tool. Then there are even periodic payments, repeated transaction. Then there are many transactions which get repeated. For example, rent is an expense which should be there every month, so there should be 12 transactions. So here you can see that if a particular transaction is repeated, it will give the head counts. So being an auditor, it becomes easier for us to just validate those head counts, that if a particular expense is coming every month, whether the head counts are 12 or not. Then relative size factor. So this is a by default feature of Tally. It is telling that if any ledger is having high relativity, there are chances of error in that. So it is based on the statistics. Tally is calculating and giving us potential transaction where there can be chances of error. So this transaction can also be vouched. Basically, they see the relativity in the number of amounts. Then there is a option called transaction on a holiday. So here, this is again an interesting part. What Tally will do, okay, I'll go to that pending document part also. Under transaction and holiday, what Tally is telling, you can specify your own holiday. Like there are certain IT companies who have other day as holiday. I'm suppose specifying that Thursday is a week off, and say 15th December, 15th August is a week off, or say, so it will capture all the transaction which are on Thursday. So suppose on Thursday there is any cash payment, and if it is holiday, I being an auditor can ask to client that if a particular day is holiday, how could there be a payment on that day? So this is a menu to help us to track any fake payment or a fraud payment. You can configure the holiday based on that company. Like certain company have Sunday as a holiday, certain company has other weekdays holiday, and you can even specify the other holidays also. Then all the transaction on those holidays will automatically come. Pending documents is regarding receivable and payment payables. So if any of the transactions are, see, generally nowadays even in audit it is necessary for us to track the payments which are outstanding for more than 180 days, and for MSME we have to track the payments which are outstanding of more than 45 days. So here also Tally helps us in to capture that. So this is all about the compliance procedure. again highest and lowest value of transaction. So Tally will capture the gravity between high low value of the transaction. So from this you can automatically derive the high low transaction and validate the same. Now let's go to voucher verification. So friends, under data analysis, each window is very interesting. What I am giving is just a glance and brief understanding of that feature. But what you can do, you can actually go drill down and understand that how beautifully Tally has made our auditing work easier, and each tool is very much useful, and you can apply practically in your clients. Let's move on to the substantive procedure, that is voucher verification. So under voucher verification, you can see, okay, under voucher verification, you can see there are 85 vouchers total, which is by default telling me that there are 85 vouchers in this period. So once I go to this 85 voucher, it is giving me breakup of purchase, sales, journal, payments, receipts, sales, etc. Now I being an auditor, suppose I want to do auditing. So for purchase, it's only one transaction, so I feel verified, audited. It is proper, so I am done audited. Now under sales, if I have some suspicious, I feel there are some errors. Then under sales, I'm going and I feel on hold, not matching with GSTR fund, verified, external clarification. Suppose in this I have a query and I want a clarification of from Mr. Alpha. Support document not available. So see, here Tally is giving me facility to put the remark for each voucher. It is giving me even facility to write the remark from whom I need the clarification. It is even giving me facility to on hold the transaction if particular transaction is suspicious. Now, moving to this second part. Sometimes it happens that we want to do sampling also to be done by Tally. So, say suppose payments, there are 57 vouchers in payment and I don't want to do manual sampling. I don't want to do even do vouching for each transaction. Then Tally even give me facility of sampling. So, here there is sampling configuration. It is giving me this 7 methods of sampling. So, I can do either all voucher, I can specify the amount range that I want minimum 500 and maximum 1. So see, Tally has shortlisted from 57 to 32 sample voucher. It has reduced the number of vouchers, stating that 32 are only the sample voucher. Same way, suppose for this, and in that sample voucher, I can go and I can do auditing. Verified. Suppose for this LIC payment, I want on hold, I want supporting LIC policy needed. Suppose this is verified. So this is how you can do auditing. Now suppose for receipt, I want to do sampling configuration, but I want to do even number, odd number, specific period. And there is one more interesting feature that is called Benford analysis. This is a robust feature of Tally. It is telling that they will do sampling based on some random numbers parameter. So once I do a Benford analysis, so see, Benford is again a random sampler method. You can see based on your, you can select any digit. Suppose I'm selecting 6 digit. So see, 6 vouchers are automatically selected by Tally under Benford analysis. Once I select on this, verify. Benford is also one of the approved method of sampling as per ICI. So you can even select the Benford analysis. This is how the vouching of each transaction is done. You can even specify the verification note. You can specify the clarification from whom it is needed. And the best part is you can export this and email to client for their points. Like this auditing from Tally will help you in preparing complete audit queries and emailing to client. So I hope this year you will do auditing from Tally and enjoy this wonderful feature of auditing through Tally. Now moving further, uh, I'll just take parallelly few of the questions and then we'll move to the third part, that is setting up the user controls in Tally. So let me quickly take to the questions. So there is one question from Mr. Dattaraj ji. Whether this report can be viewed in if the entire backup opened in different tallies, say from client data to CA data. Practically for edit log feature, you have to see the log in tally backup of that client itself. So advisable that you can take a remote view of client data and see the edit log in that. But yes, auditing through tally is be effective from any of the data. Then there is one more anonymous attendee. How do we find out the date from which edit log has been enabled? So edit log enable you can see from here. Just go to company menu. There is fifth menu called edit log. Click on that. Here you can see that in this company the edit log was activated today because today only I created this company. But here entire information of edit log at company level would be available. Then there is a question. Okay. Performance of working in Tally has reduced with this. No, there is no reduction in the speed of Tally. Tally will work at same speed. The Tally edit log and speed has no connection. So if you are activating Tally edit log or even if you are activating Tally audit feature, the performance will not get slow. Then there is one more question. If the company accountant changes system date, then how? Okay. If there is an alteration in the system date, and then yes, there can be an impact. But I would suggest that if you are implementing tally edit log, then you should have some control at the system date also. Like you can set those controls in your system. Then there is one question from Mr. Lucky. Is there any way like using old Tally version XML import or backend to modify voucher entries without triggering? No, practically we don't suggest that to do any sort of changes in through any way without altering the edit log. There is no way to post the transaction without alteration of edit log. If edit log is activated, it will capture all sort of alteration. Then there is a question called how do we find out date from which edit log is enabled? You can see from the company menu. Then there is question from Mr. Salmanji. Summary of master changes will be from yes, you can track the alterations in the gateway menu of see any alteration can be captured at the gateway menu. I earlier also I told all summary of edit log is available at edit log menu report. This is edit log summary. It specifies all sort of alterations over here. Then moving further, there is one more question. Okay. How can we know there is some changes in master? For seeing the change in master, you have to simply press alter Q in that master. Just to show that we did one alteration in one menu, one ledger called Aditi refrigerator. I'll simply press alter Q. So we did in Adinath, alter Q. So you can see the alteration. Previously, the ledger was normal. In the alteration, we changed the GSTN. So by simply pressing the alter Q, you can drag the alteration. Then there is a question. Can this generated or exported in Excel for analytical process? Yes, everything can be generated and exported in Excel. Tally has facility to export anything in Excel. Then there is one question from Lucky Ji: to generate MSME form from Tally, what are the prerequisite to punch in software? Yes, to generate MSME form, the prerequisite is simple. For all the supplier ledger, enter the MSME number and post those transaction bill wise, bill to, and don't post any on account payment. All payment should be bill wise. Then there is a question from Jimris: if I paid through trades, where to update the same? That option is there at the payment, like when you are posting any payment entry, there is a facility to put where the payment is done through trades. Then, okay, if MSME form filing compulsory, yes, it is compulsory for all companies provided you have MSME creditors. Which version we have to use for edit log feature? You can try use the latest version 6.1 for the best facility of edit log. The 1.1 has many new features of edit log. Then there is a question from Mr. Abhayji: is there any feature under Tally wherein a particular customer ledger can be locked so that there would not be any further changes? By default, Tally doesn't restrict anything, so there is no locking feature, but you can use the edit log facility to track the changes. But yes, we have the ready add-ons where you can do, like you can contact me separately where I can guide you to this. We have ready add-ons to lock the ledgers. Then there is a question from Mr. Purvakshi Suresh, Miss Purvakshi Suresh Jain. I have one question about invoice. We have generated an invoice on same day and cancel on same day, but cancel in telling but showing cancel invoice on. Okay, Purvakshi, I would suggest if you can call me separately for this query. This is a personal query. You can call me. I'll definitely guide you. Then there is a question from Mr. Yashraj: how to enable edit log feature through CA login? You can simply enable edit log feature at the gateway menu. Then there is a question from Lucky Ji: once we put the verification status, can the same be generated and shared to client? Yes, you can save it and export that file to client, and even that gets saved in Tally data itself. Then there is a question from Mr. Sandeep Ji: audit log feature are available only for auditors or any? It is available for all. Audit log feature is by default feature of Tally. So it's not necessary that auditors should use. Anyone who want to set the controls can use this feature. Then there is a question from Prerna: can you tell me how to create more than one company? This is again a personal question, you can ask me. Then how to activate audit feature? Simply at the gateway menu, there is a at the gateway menu, there is a fifth point called edit log. And for enabling the audit feature, you have to go to security feature. Under security feature, there is one option, fifth option called enable Tally audit feature. So I hope you all are clear how to enable Tally audit log feature. Okay, there is question from Mr. Satish ji: can we use this as an audit paper? Then yes, you can definitely use them as an audit paper. There is a question from Mr. J: if we have migrated data in the middle of year, yes, if it is migrated, it will be captured in the edit log of the company. Okay. Then there is a question, how do we find out the, okay. Can we see which master changes are made in a single click? You can see the main report. Could you show the process of sampling again? Yes, I can show the process of sampling again.
Sonal ji, in the interest of time, because recording will be available, so if we have the time left, we can
Right,
do the
right, right,
repeating of the process. Yeah.
right, right. Okay, I'm just taking the question. I'm trying to cover as many questions as possible. Where will a verified charts of account be visible? Say one, the customer choose ledger as verified us and the same has been accepted. Later, if we change, okay. So, Abhayji, practically under verification of charts of accounts, once you post the query, that your client will be able to see the query. So, once query get resolved, you have to manually change the status that now this charts of accounts is verified and the query is solved. So basically what we used to do manually, like we write the queries and once client solved, we tick mark those query. So that will now, that you have to do now in Tally. Then there is one question. Okay, there is one question from Lucky G that once verification status is done, can we share to that client? So you can export anything from Tally in Excel and you can share to client. So I have covered almost all the questions and I'm quickly moving on to the last part of session, that is user controls, which I wanted to show you all. So friends, the last feature which I wanted to show you all, that is called user roles. So friends, generally many a time we want to restrict a particular right to a particular person. As I said, that being a competitive world, we don't want other user to see many of the aspect. So say I want my salesperson, my salesman to see only sales window and not other window. He can only post sales transaction. So you can create this type of security. Now again, I'll show that from where this feature is coming. So it is coming from company menu. That is one option called user roles. Simply clicking on user roles. Now I'll just create one type of user role, that is salesman. Now what type of facility I want, that that person is only a data entry person and he can post only sales. So I would disallow him full access to all type of voucher. All voucher, full access to all registers, full access to all day book, full access to all bank book. So now I have restricted. Most important thing is that the above title is disallowed. So practically I am disallowing full aspect to all this. And now I will allow that to only create, that is sales. So I'll allow that person to only create sales. So I've created the security. Now I'm assigning the security to one user. So suppose I'm giving the security. My salesman name is say Mr. Suppose Ramesh is my salesman. So I'm writing Ramesh, enter. Now I'm going to the menu of that Ramesh. I'm simply changing the user, change user, Ramesh. So you can see in the menu of Ramesh, all other features are disabled. He cannot post contra, he cannot post payment, he cannot post purchase, he cannot post any other voucher. He can simply post sales voucher. Suppose I'm posting the sales. So see, Ramesh has posted this sales voucher. Now I even restricted the alteration right. So Ramesh will not be able to see day book. See, he cannot see the day book. Day book is not visible. He cannot even alter that voucher. If I'm going to page up, I'll not able to open that voucher also. So now once I go to main menu, so see here this will come. And now I can do alteration in that, but Ramesh would not be able to do alteration. Now we'll go to edit log summary. So you can see this Aditi refrigerator which we created. Alter Q. You can see this is showing that this voucher is created by Mr. Ramesh. So this is how you can create any sort of security based on that person requirement. Like if you want only a person to see purchase, you can create that type of security. You can create the security based on the payment. If you want a particular person should only do payment entry, then add the security feature like user control, user roles. Like here we did for GST. Now we can do one more security like banking. Then this person will have only facility of banking, restricting all the vouchers and full access to only payments. Now assigning this banking role. There was banking. So now you can see this person can only do payment entry, other all menus are disabled. So friends, this was all about the today's session. I hope I did justice to the topic given. And I'll be sharing all the presentations which will be having all ready availability of the details. Komal, if there are any more question, I can address the
Yeah, I
same.
think most of them are the repeated ones. If you can just quickly glance through the open questions in the Q&A.
I'll just glance.
Yeah.
Okay, Salman, see, there is no by default files of role, but the role preparation is very robust file. Like you can specify any sort of role. If you see in the tally, there are so many drop downs to prepare the role. Like you can specify role based on your requirement. If you want someone to see only dashboard, you can restrict all other rights and give only dashboard right. If you want someone to have a facility of only GST report, you restrict all the rights and give access to only GST. So you have to specify roles based on your requirement. I just gave you a demo of sales and banking person, but roles are based on company's requirement. Any sort of security role can be prepared in Tally. That is a flexibility given by Tally. Okay.
Sonalji, are you attaching the PPT in the
No,
in
I'll
the
email you. You just share
so
like
as and when we get a request at support, we can do, but here because a lot of people would want to access, you can attach it here itself. If you see,
then
yeah,
I'll share.
yeah,
So it is a just a moment.
yeah. And everyone, if you like today's session, and first of all, I would like to thank everyone for connecting every Wednesday at our CA Connect forum. And it is the interest and how quickly in 1 hour you learn newest features of TallyPrime, you can get your queries resolved. I'll tell you, if you really enjoy the CA Connect session and found it to be knowledgeable and productive, we'll request you all to share with your peers in your known CA groups as well, as and when you receive the CA Connect information. And I've already put the link in our of the CA community of WhatsApp in the chat as well. You can do it. Yeah. Sonalji, have you
Just
attached the file?
I'm
Yeah.
just attaching. There was one more question. Someone wanted to know that we create a transaction and another person approved that transaction. Then that is maker checker is available through add-on. Through add-on, we can definitely do this facility. So they can contact me. I can help in creating that maker checker. And I'm just uploading. Actually, there are multiple PPTs. I'm just
Maybe you can resave it in the desktop and you can attach it.
yes.
Yeah.
So under the chat menu only I can share, right?
Yes. Mm, just side at the
Okay,
emoji, there's a
I've just
document sort
shared.
of a thing. Yeah, yeah. Just
Okay,
say
two
your computer
presentations I have
search
shared.
करके. Okay. Did you use two presentation today?
I use two presentations. I think
Acha.
so. Can you see those
Yeah.
attachments?
Not yet. It's not yet here.
Okay, it's getting uploaded. It's getting uploaded.
Yeah. So yeah, Mr. Jay, it is not yet sent. I'm just disabling the chat so that everybody can see the attachment. Okay. Yeah, it just
Yes.
came. Yeah, I am able to.
Okay. Thank you so much. I too enjoyed taking this session, and I hope the users also enjoyed the same. Are the attachments available?
Yes, I have downloaded just one.
Uh,
Yeah,
Now, one more attachment is there, Komal, the 6.1 TP release PPT. Just a moment.
yeah. I received one of them. I've
It's coming.
downloaded the same. Yeah, it might be getting uploaded, so I'm just
There
keeping
is
the
one more
chat
attachment.
disabled.
It's coming.
Yeah. Can I get a thumbs up if you are able to download the first PPT which she has shared, PPT for audit release? Yeah, thank you so much. And the next PPT is also just now
I think the
shared.
both PPTs are received, both are
Yeah,
shared.
yeah.
Okay. Thank you, everyone. I too enjoyed taking the session.
It was great, Sonalji, very smooth and so many questions answered. I just hope that this audit season is simpler now just because of this session, today's session. There were a lot of requests of the recording. As I say that all the recordings will be available at our CA Connect forum. Just once again, I'll just put the link where it will be uploaded. 1 second, Kilan. Sonalji, I hope you've seen the compliments in the chat because of today's session.
Yes, yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
sorry that I had to restrict the chat. I'm sure more will be pouring in. Maybe we can have a reaction for Sonalji's session today. I've just shared the YouTube playlist link where the CA Connect session will be uploaded. Okay, that's great. Thank you so much, Sonalji. I think we can conclude this session today. Then right on
Yes,
time,
yes.
we answered all the queries and complete agenda. Thank you so
Thank you.
much, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.